The Government of National Unity is the anchor of South Africa's 7th democratic administration. Many doubt it will hold going forward due to the different ideologies of political parties involved. And its first test came during the recent signing of the Bela Bill into law.
Of national unity. That is the best thing that we now have to move the country forward. Any other option, as far as I'm concerned, would really not work for this country at this point in time.
Although it's still early to say whether the GNU has had any real impact, economist Duma Gqubule is skeptical and sees nothing positive about the GNU.
A lot of the people who are talking about the success of this new DA-ANC coalition are pointing towards behavior of financial markets. But I have to remind people that Madiba magic lasted for 2 years. The rand was stuck at about 3.6 against the dollar for 2 years until February 1996. The New Dawn, or Ramaphoria, lasted for about 6 months, from about November, just before the president was elected in December, until about May, when the whole thing just stopped, and it dissipated, So I'm just saying that what they're pointing towards in terms of the economic indicators is things that coincide with a pivotal turning point in the world economy, with the interest rates that were cut in the US. So when the interest rates is going to be cut in the US, the dollar becomes weaker and the rand strengthens a little bit.
Gqubule argues that one cannot do the same thing repeatedly and expect different results.
They have just repeated the same economic policies that have failed over the past 15 years with different people. So if you're doing the wrong thing with different people, but at the end of the day, this is an ANC government. It feels like an ANC government. They're doing exactly the same as the ANC government did, and the results will be exactly the same as they were over the last 15 years. According to my modeling, the number of unemployed people is going to increase by 2 million to 14.4 million by the end of this administration if we continue with these policies. And at the same time, the unemployment rate will increase to 44.6%.
Weighing in on the issue, Professor Ntsikelelo Breakfast says it's still early days to highlight the success of the GNU.
Still early days to see which way the wind is blowing. But the discourse about the conception of GNU was framed by the ruling party to circumvent criticism that it has joined forces with the DA. So instead of employing the concept of a coalition formation, they've opted for the notion of GNU so that they can argue and say they've joined forces with different political parties across the political spectrum as opposed to one political party. But at the moment, I cannot single out political indicators which are showcasing that all is well.
He further argues that there will be more testing moments for the GNU.
I don't want to be excited and say that all is well at the moment just because there is some kind of a stability. We know that there are contentious issues. One of them is the issue of NHI. The other one that we don't quite often talk about is our foreign policy.
Although some are skeptical about the prospects of the GNU, investors are cautiously optimistic but wary of the risk ahead. The markets appear to have given the new pact the benefit of a doubt, at least for now, but political pundits warn that any instability in the coalition would quickly reverse the gains made. Nhlanhla Kgatlana, SABC News, Johannesburg.